आ गया. Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible? Yes, hello. Hello, Srujan. Hello, Mukesh. Yes. All right. Yes, good evening. Good evening, Ayush. Yes, hello, Joy. Yes. Hello, Kiran. Sarmishta, Manish, Dhruv. Right. Okay. So let's just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Let's wait for everyone to join. Then we will start our webinar. Right. Till then, can you guys tell me that where are you from? Okay. What are your qualification? From which college you are, and from where do you belong? Which state? Okay. Can you just give an overview? सर एकदम बेसिक से पढ़ाना फर्स्ट टाइम है जावास्क्रिप्ट का. ठीक है, तो शायद आपने हेडलाइन नहीं देखी है इस वेबिनार की. इट्स नोड बिल्ड वेब सर्वर्स विद नोड एंड मोंगोडीबी, राइट. सो यहाँ पर बेसिक जावास्क्रिप्ट तो हम नहीं पढ़ने वाले हैं. ओके, सो वी विल but I'll make sure that you will understand everything in detail and deep. Okay. Yes, so let us see what we will be covering today. Okay, so today we will be covering the Node.js runtime, Express framework, and databases with MongoDB, and how we can create web servers out of it. Okay, Mukesh is from Haryana, from Mukunlal National College, Yamnapur. Okay, nice. Okay, Rutuja, BTech, CSE. Okay, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, BTech third year. Okay, pharmacy student. Okay, okay. I am from Odisha, Maharashtra, Ghaziabad. Okay, I am seeing a student from Pan India, I guess. Okay, Sangvi College of Engineering, Andhra Pradesh, IIT Delhi. Okay, IT student BE third year, Kashi Institute Varanasi, Jaipur, Uttar Pradesh, MP. Okay, UP India, IIT Kanpur third year. Nice. Okay, some I guess some people are from Nepal also. Okay, so Santa Prasad is from Nepal, right? Mumbai, Galgotia University. Okay, Bulandshahr, mechanical engineer from Karnataka. Yes, hello. B third year computer student computer. Okay, okay, right. Nice. So I guess many of you are from a technical background, right? There are a few students which are from non-technical background, I guess. Savitri Bai Phule University, okay. Certificate, how can we get it? Okay, so after this webinar, there will be one quiz based on this webinar, and after passing that quiz, you will get the certificate, right? MIT Pune, nice. Mangalore, okay. Canada, Aditya is from Canada. KL University, Gujarat, Bangalore, Canada, Pune University. Okay. Okay, so I guess maximum number of participants have joined, right? So guys, can we just start now? Just write yes, everyone who is participating in this webinar. Just write yes, so we can start with our webinar. We start with our today's session. Okay, yes, yes. Right. So many yeses are there. Okay. So okay, let's first talk about Node. What is Node? Right. So can you guys tell me that do you have any idea about Node? What is Node? So we can start working on Node then. It's a framework. No, Mohit, it's not a framework. No, Mohit, it's not a framework. Okay. So one of the very misconception, Node is a framework. Okay, it is not a framework. Yes, Bindu Shri have given the right answer. Okay, it's a runtime. Okay. Node.js is an environment. Yes, yes, Joy, you are also right. Node.js is an environment, runtime environment. Okay. So let us first understand what is this runtime environment. Okay. So just pay attention very carefully. Okay, now let us go to Node.js website first. Okay, so this is the website where you can install Node.js runtime. So just see the tagline of the Node website. Okay, it is telling you that run JavaScript everywhere. So let me tell you that before Node, we were running JavaScript only on the browser. Okay, so there was no option to run JavaScript inside your local machine. Okay, so that is why Node evolved. Okay, so it is a free open source cross platform JavaScript runtime environment that let developers create servers, web apps, and command line tools and etc. Right. So Node is a runtime which lets you run JavaScript inside your local machine. Okay. So just like if you want to run Java code, okay, if you want to run Java code, what you need inside your machine? JDK, right? So JDK also gives you a runtime environment through which you can run Java code inside your system. Okay. So likewise, Node is there. Okay, it's just like JDK. So you have to install Node just like you install JDK. Then after installing Node, you will be able to write JavaScript and execute JavaScript inside your local machine. Right. So this is the only use of Node. Okay. So now let us go to the desktop. Okay. Now our agenda for today's webinar is to create web servers and to create APIs, right? So for that, I'll just create a new folder. Okay, and I'll just create a new folder. Okay, those guys who want to follow along with me, you can also do along with me. Okay, so it's not a problem. Okay, I'll my pace will be very slow, and I'll be explaining each and everything in detail. Right. So first of all, what you need to do, just make a folder, empty folder. Yes, yes. Okay, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, okay. Sorry for this interruption. Yes, yes. Okay. So my screen is visible now. Yes. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is the Node website that we were okay opening. So run JavaScript everywhere. Okay. So Node.js is a free open source cross platform through which you can run JavaScript on any machine. Right. So you can install. You can click on this button, install Node.js. So one installer will be downloaded, and you can click on that installer, and you can install Node inside your system. Right. So यस विशाल आपको भी समझ में आएगा बस थोड़ा सा ध्यान लगा के थोड़ा एक्टिवली सुनना पड़ेगा ठीक है सो समझ में सबको आएगा राइट okay so for creating a server what I will do I will create a folder on desktop okay so Vishal you can create a folder okay so not a big deal okay everyone knows how to create a folder right so name this folder as server okay so I have created a folder named server right now let me tell you that what we are going to implement today. Okay, so what is a full stack development architecture? Let us talk 2 or 3 minutes on architecture, then we will start creating servers. Okay, so I am creating a whiteboard on Miro and I'll create a blank board. Okay, so for understanding servers, full stack applications, you need to understand one architecture that is known as client and server architecture. Okay. So this architecture you have already studied in your computer network subject. Okay. So if you are an engineering graduate, you have one subject that is known as computer networks. So in this, we have one client. Okay. Client is also known as the front end. Okay. So we have one front end in an application, right? So this is our client, which is a front end. Then we have a server that is known as the backend. So here we create a server also, right? Then we have third thing that is databases. So we have database. Okay. And in between front end and back end, that means client and servers, we have APIs. Okay. So there are majorly four components in an application: client, the front end, API, which connects client and the server. Okay. So through APIs, we interchange data in client and server, front end and back end. And then we have databases, and also we have one user. Okay. So there will be one user who will be using internet and the front end. Okay. So user will use the client, that means user will use the front end. Okay. And from the front end, what we will do, we will request data through APIs. So these APIs will take our request to the server. Okay. Then this server will query this database for some data. Okay, then database will again give you that data, and server will process that data and give that to the API, and that API will give that data back to the front end, that is the client. So in today's webinar, we are going to implement this thing. Okay, that means the whole backend part. We are not going to see the client. Okay, we are not going to see the front end part. We will be just creating a backend APIs through which we can query our server and the database for some data, right? So for the front end, for the testing purposes, we will use browser, or we will use Postman or Thunder client for testing these APIs, right? So let us go back, okay, on our folder, and let us go to this folder. Okay. So what you need to do now, you have to open this folder in VS Code, right? So you can open this folder in terminal. Okay, so this is the command prompt for PowerShell, right? So you can see this folder is opened inside this terminal. So here we have to first check that Node is installed or not, right? So what is the command for that? You can write Node hyphen V. Okay, that means the version. So you can see Node version 22.16 is installed. Okay, so I have got the confirmation that Node is installed in this system, so I can create a Node project. Now we have to open this folder inside our code editor, that means VS Code. So for that you have the command code space dot. Okay, and let us hit enter. Okay, so you can see that VS Code is open now, and my server folder is opened in this VS Code, right? So you can trust this folder. So inside this VS Code, now we have to create a server. Okay, inside this server folder, I have to create a server. So for creating a server, you need terminal. Okay, so VS Code also gives you an integrated terminal inside the code editor. Okay, let us close this PowerShell. We don't need this now. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do here, you need to initialize node inside this folder. Okay, so for initializing node, what we need to do, we will write the command npm init, and I will give hyphen y flag to give yes to all the answers. Okay, it will ask me some questions, so I have to fill that manually. So rather than filling them manually, I will automate it. So I'm giving minus y flag to give yes to all the questions, right? So npm initialize minus y, and let us hit enter. Okay, so you can see package.json file is created here, right? Now, what is this package.json file? This package.json file will keep track of all our packages that we are going to use inside this project. Okay, so as you know that every language have its package manager, right? So for Node also we have npm, so you can Google it, npm. So you can see npm stands for Node Package Manager, okay, which give you some pre-built libraries, codes and packages that you can directly use into your projects, right? So that is why we have initialized npm, so that we can install npm packages inside our project, right? So for creating a very basic server, you need only one package, that is Express. So I will write the command npm. Okay, npm. Okay. So for install, you can give I, right? You can write full. You can fully write the install word, or you can just write I for short. So npm I and write the Express package. Okay. So what it will do, it will install Express package inside this folder. So you can see one node modules folder is created. Okay, inside this node modules folder, we have our Express package. So you can see in the dependencies also Express is there. Okay, so Express version 5.1. Okay, now what is this Express? Let us search here on the npm. So here I will search it Express, right? Search it. So you can see Express exact match is coming. So what is Express? It is fast, unopinionated, minimalist web framework for Node.js. Okay. So as I said, Node.js is a runtime, and in the Node.js runtime, you can use Express framework to create web servers. Okay. So if you want to visit its documentation, so you can go to Express website, and here you will get the full guide on installing Hello World, right? Basic routing guides. So here you can see the full documentation, and this is the same step that we have just done. Okay, npm install Express, right? So go back to the folder, so you can see Express is installed now. Right now, what we have to do, we have to create one JavaScript file. So I will create one file server.js. Okay. I will give the .js extension. So I need to create a JavaScript file. Now here in this JavaScript file, I will create my server with this Express framework. Okay. So first of all, for using Express framework, you need to import it, right? Without importing, we cannot use Express package, right? So let us import it. So I will make one variable. Okay, so const express. Okay, so const is a keyword through which you can make variables in JavaScript. So const express is equals to, I can write require and express. Okay, so express is successfully imported inside this variable. Okay, now you can use it, you can initialize it. So once more, I will make one another variable const app. Okay, so now remember, inside this app variable, my whole server will be stored. Okay, so const app is equals to, let us initialize express. Okay, so for initializing express, you just need to call it like a function. Okay, so express parentheses and terminated. Okay, so now inside this app variable, express is successfully initialized, right? Now what we need to do, we need to listen to this app to some port. So I will write app.listen. Okay, and listen is a function. Okay, and inside this function we can give some port number. Okay, so I am writing 3000. Okay, and let us give one callback function. So callback function are simply function in JavaScript, right? So this is the syntax of making callback function, arrow function. Okay, parentheses, inside this parentheses you can write parameters. Then you have to make a fat arrow and then curly braces. So inside this curly braces, inside the function, I will give one console log. That means I will give one print statement. And what we need to print, we need to print server is started at port 3000. Okay, as simple as that, right? So this is how you can make a server. Okay, so that's it, your server is ready. You just needed 1 2 3 4 lines of code. Okay, so in 4 lines of code you can create a server, right? So here you can see I have created the server. So how we can run this server? So just like for running Java files, what command you need to run? You need to run Java C. Okay, that means Java compile and then file name. Then after compiling, you run Java, then space file name, right? So same happens in Node. Okay, instead of Java, you just have to write Node and space and give the file name. So what is our file name? Server. Let us hit enter. So you can see server is started at port 3000, and let us allow it. Okay, so my firewall needs to allow this node, so I'm allowing it, right? And here you can see server is started at port 3000. Let us check it. Okay, so for checking your server, you can go back to, okay, let us delete this. We don't need this. Okay, or we needed that. Okay, we will understand. Okay, so here we can access our server. Okay, so for accessing your server, you can write localhost. Okay, why we are like writing localhost? Because our server is currently hosted on our machine. So that is why we need localhost. And what is the port number? I'll give port number colon 3000. And let us hit enter. So you can see you are getting one error, that is cannot get slash. Right. So this is the error. So why you are getting this error? Because we haven't created APIs. Okay. So we have just created a server, right? So we need some API so that we can talk to the server, right? So APIs are missing right now. We only have created a server, right? So let us create those APIs. So I'll go back to my server.js file. Here I will make some API. So I will write app.get. Okay. Okay, let me tell you, there are four types of API. Okay, so one is the get API, one is the post API, one is put API, and one is delete API. Okay, get API is used to get the data from the server. Okay, by the word you can understand it. We are getting the data from the server. Okay, so here also we have the same syntax. Okay, so first in first parameter you will give the path. Okay, so I'm giving the path as slash. Okay, so remember the error, it is telling us cannot get slash. So that is why I am defining one slash path, comma, give parenthesis, and same callback function. Here we will have two parameters now. One is the request and another was the response. Okay. So why request and response? Now again go back to your diagram. So this is the request that we are sending. Okay. So request is coming from client and through APIs our request is going. And this is the response that we are getting from the server. Okay. So request and response. That's why we need two parameters here. Okay, so one request will come from some front end and we will give some response from our server. Okay, so let us give some response from the server. So let us write response dot send. So in the response we want to send something. Okay, so let us send hello world, right? So that's it. Now let us run our server once again. So just remember here, okay, we have run our server, but the previous instance of server is running. Okay, now we have updated our code, so you need to restart your server. So every time you make the changes, you need to restart your server. So for this I can install Nodemon. Okay, so there is one more package, npm I Nodemon. Okay. And now what Nodemon will do? Nodemon will see what changes you have done and it will automatically restart your server. So I don't need to manually restart and okay, restart my server again and again. Okay, so now let us run the Nodemon command and give the file name Nodemon server. So you can see Nodemon is not recognized cmd let. Okay, I need to install it globally. So npm I Nodemon -g. Okay, and once again let us write nodemon server. So you can see, okay, nodemon version 3.1 is running. To restart at any time you can enter rs. So okay, so if I type rs here, my server will automatically restart. And you can see it is watching the extension. So it watches javascript file, module javascript file, common js files, and json files. Okay, so whenever you will do some changes, it will detect and automatically restart your server. Let us see some example. Okay, let us say I have deleted this semicolon from the end. Okay, so you can see, Okay, it is restarting due to changes. So Nodemon have successfully detected that I have changed something, and it is restarted my server. Okay, so let us put that semicolon once again. Now let us go to the browser and check that whether we get this error or not. So I will refresh it. So now instead of that error, you can see hello world. Okay, so we have successfully implemented this architecture. Okay, we have implemented APIs, we have implemented server. Okay, so now anyone can request and I can give response through that API, right? So now let us suppose we are making e-commerce website. Okay, so inside e-commerce website you will have products. So here I will make const products array. Okay, so const products is equals to, it is an array, and it is an array of objects, right? So every product will have one id, right? So let us give one id. Okay, then every product will have some name or product title. Okay, so let us give some title. Okay, so here I can give, okay, iPhone. Okay, iPhone 16, let us say. Then every product will have some price, right? So price, so price is a number, so we can directly write a number. Okay, so I can write 1 lakh 20,000. Okay, so this is one product that we have added. Similarly, we can add many products in this array. Uh, okay, so just we have to copy it. Okay, so I'm just copying it. Okay, paste it, change the ID. Okay, make it 102. Okay, instead of iPhone, let us make it iPad. Okay, iPad mini, let us say. Okay, and iPad mini, its price will be 50,000. Okay, once again, let us add one more product. Okay, give one ID 103. Okay, now instead of iPad, let us give MacBook. Okay, MacBook Pro, and its price will be 1,94,000. Okay, let us add some more products 104. Right, let us make it, okay, let us make it Samsung. Okay, S25, and let us give the price of 1,60,000. Okay, so you can see I have created four products inside my array, right? So instead of sending hello world, can we send this products data? Yes, of course. So here I will send my products data. Okay, and instead of writing slash, what path I can give? Product. Okay, or products, right? So now if someone will call, let us go to this localhost. Okay, now if someone will call slash product, so he can get all that products data. So you can see products data is coming, and you can also pretty it. Okay, pretty print. So now you can see, okay, so every product have some id. Okay, have some title, have some price, right? So like this we interchange data between server APIs. Okay, and through APIs we send that data to the front end, and on the front end we see this data organized on some web page, right? So this is what happens in a web server. Okay, are you guys getting what we are doing? Just write yes. Okay, is this making sense to you? Are you able to understand these concepts? How to send to front end? That is not our agenda for today, as I told. Okay, okay, perfect. Prashant is telling perfect. Okay, okay. I guess many of you guys are getting it. Yes, yes. Okay. So you can see we have pretty printed. Okay, and our data is coming. Right. Now let us connect some database. Okay, we will not put our data in the server. Okay, so as you can see in our diagram, we have a separate entity called database for this. right? So we have created APIs, we have created server. Now we will create database. So the most compatible database with Express and Node is MongoDB. So we will use MongoDB Atlas for this, right? So what is MongoDB Atlas? MongoDB Atlas is a cloud platform, okay, which provides you the MongoDB database, right? So I have clicked it, so you can see, okay, it is free to use, okay, so you don't have to pay anything for this database. Okay, and here I will create my account from scratch. Okay, so that you guys also able to see that how I am going to configure my database. And for this, I'll use this email, Kunika. Okay, and let us continue. Yes. Okay, so you can see I'm signing in on this MongoDB Atlas. Okay, and it is telling me to accept. Yes, I will accept, submit. Okay, so it is telling me welcome, use your account to deploy a cloud database. Yes, I want to deploy a cloud database that can be accessed from anywhere. So that is why I'm using MongoDB Atlas. Okay, now it will ask you some certain question. What is your primary goal? So I will select learn MongoDB. Okay. How long have you been developing softwares with MongoDB? Okay, I can give my experience, but for you, you can put I have never developed software with MongoDB before. What programming languages are we primarily building on MongoDB with? So what we are using JavaScript and Node. Okay. What types of data will your project use? Okay, so we are not aware about it, so you can use not sure. Okay. Will your application include any of the following architectural models? Let us see. Okay, so here also, okay, just I'll tell you that Node uses event-driven architecture. Okay, but we are not going to discuss anything about event-driven architecture. So here also I'll give not sure. Okay, and let us finish it. Okay, now here comes the configuration. Okay, so you can see now it is asking you to create a cluster, right? So what is a cluster? Cluster is just a small part of a cloud, okay, that will be given to you on a subscription basis. Okay, just like Netflix subscription, Hotstar subscription. Okay, it is MongoDB subscription for the cloud, right? So we have this M10 cluster. Okay, it is a paid one. Okay, so it will cost you around $0.08 per hour. Okay, one flex is there, but we will use free cluster. Okay, so just select this free cluster. So in this free cluster, you will get 512 MB of storage. Okay, RAM will be shared and CPU will be also shared. Okay, now let us go back configurations. Okay, you can give some name to your cluster. Okay, so here I'm giving cluster 0 as the default name. It is asking me that automate security setup, yes, and preload sample data set, yes. Now you can also choose the provider, that from which cloud provider you want this cluster. Okay, so AWS is the best because AWS is means always up and running. Its uptime is almost 99.99% times up. So that is why I'm going to use AWS. And in the region, you will select your nearest region. Okay, so this is very important. Don't select Tokyo or any American region, right? Because means the far the region is, the more time it will take to fetch your data from the cloud. So that is why always select the nearest possible region for your cloud. So that is why I am only selecting Mumbai. Okay, and tag, if you want to give any tag. No, I don't want to give any tag, so just create deployment, right? So now you can see, okay, your username is coming. Okay, so this is your username. I will copy it. Okay, so just copy these things because we will need them. So these are our credentials. So I'm copying this. Okay, so password is copied, and I'll also copy the username. Okay, copy, and I'll paste it here. Okay, I'll comment these 2, otherwise it will give me error. Okay, and you can also create some database user. Okay, suppose if you are working on a team and there are multiple people who want to use this database, so you can also create another database user for that user, right? So I have copied it and choose a connection method. Set up your security permissions below. Yes, I have to create this create database user. Yes, now my database user is created. Choose a connection method. Now in this connection method we will use this one. Okay, MongoDB for VS Code, you can see. So I'll click on this, and now here you will get one URL. Okay, so this is the API that will connect you with your database cloud, right? So we will also copy this and let us paste it here, right? Now what we need to do, we have all things set up on our database. Now I'll just click on done, right? And you can see cluster is created, and you can click on connect, and that same window will open, MongoDB for VS Code, right? Now for using this database inside your project, you need some package, just like we used Express, right? So there is one package that is known as Mongoose. Okay, so if you search Mongoose, it will show you one animal, but here you will get it. Okay, so Mongoose ODM. So it is a elegant MongoDB object modeling for Node.js, right? So it will model our objects. Okay, that means the data that we are creating, and it will store it in the databases. And to use Mongoose, it is very easy to use Mongoose, right? So what we will do, we will go back to our code, and now here we will also install Mongoose. Okay, so I'll stop my server and I will write npm I mongoose. Okay, so you can see Mongoose is installed inside this project folder. Okay, just to cross verify, you can go to dependencies and you can see Mongoose. Okay, so Mongoose is successfully installed it. So just like we imported Express, in the same way you have to import Mongoose. So just write const Mongoose is equals to require, okay, Mongoose, right? Now we need to use it, right? So for using Mongoose, what I will do, I will make one connect DB function. Okay, so I will make one function, and now this function will be asynchronous, right? Now what is the meaning of asynchronous in JavaScript? Things that will take some time are known as asynchronous in JavaScript. So connecting to that MongoDB database will take some time. Okay, why? Because first it will go to this cloud, right? Then it will connect to this cluster, so it is going to take some time. So that is why we are making it asynchronous, and we will make it a function. So asynchronous function, and let us name this function as connect db. Okay, and here let us give the curly braces. Now inside this function, what I can do, I can connect to that database. So I can make one const connection. Okay, another variable. So const connection is equals to, now we can use that Mongoose package. So Mongoose, inside Mongoose we have dot connect method. Okay, so Mongoose dot connect method, and we will await it. Okay, because it will take some time, so we will wait for this connection. And here we will give round brackets, and now here you can see what parameter you have to give. You have to give the URI. That means the URL that you get from that. Okay, this URL. So just cut it and paste it inside the single quotes. So you can see my username is already there and my password is also there. Okay, just cross verify it that password is the same that you have copied. Yes, it is the same. So we can delete these. Okay, now once again, what we can do, we can run our server and let us see if MongoDB is connected or not. Okay, if MongoDB is connected or not, so for checking it, what we can do, we can console log it. Okay, so console log, I can write MongoDB connected. Okay, and we have to run this function also. So I am making it as IIFE, immediately invoke function. Okay, so now this function will be immediately invoked as it is declared. So we will once again we will write Nodemon. So you can see server is started and you can also see no MongoDB is also connected, right? So we have successfully connected MongoDB also. So our this part is also connected with our server. Okay, let us click close this Mongoose. We don't need it. Okay, this is our database. Okay, so we have successfully created these databases also, right? So we have created APIs, server, and database, right? Now let us connect all these three things so that we can create a workflow of a server. And let us go to our cluster zero, and inside the cluster zero, let us go to collections. Okay, where is that collection? Clusters. Okay, so here you have this browse collections button is there, right? So you can click on this browse collection button, and here you can see those databases that we are going to create. Okay, so first of all, you are going to see some this sample databases. Okay, so we don't need these sample databases. We will create our own database. So for creating your own database, you just have to write here. Okay, so I am naming my database as ecom. Okay, so at the last of this URL, you can name your databases. So I am naming my databases as e-commerce. Okay, ecom. Right. Now let us see. We have to store these products, right? So we have to create one schema. Okay, if you remember SQL, in the SQL also you create one schema. That means the blueprint for your database. So here also I will make one schema. So once again I will make one variable. So const product schema is equals to mongoose dot schema method we have, right? Now inside this schema method we have to give one object, and inside this object you can define that what kind of schema you want. So you can see we have one id, so I can write, okay, so id, it will be a number. Okay, then what we need title. Okay, it will be a string, so I can write title, and it will be a string. Okay, we are just defining the blueprint, right? Just like we do in SQL also. While creating a table in SQL, you will define the schema, right? That id will be varchar. Okay, name will be varchar. So just like SQL, we are defining schema here. Okay, then we have to give price. Price will be also a number, right? So that's it. My schema is ready. Now we have to create those models. Okay, now I will delete all this. Okay, I don't need this data. Now I have created my database. Okay, so now we have to create that model. So for creating model, what I can write, I can write const product. Okay, with a capital P. So Pascal case I'm using here. So const product is equals to, I can write mongoose dot model method, and inside this method what you need to do, you need to first write the name of your model. So name of my model will be product. Okay, and then you have to pass the schema. Okay, as you can see the second argument is the schema. So where is our schema? Our schema is in this variable. So just pass this variable as it is. So product schema. So now you can see my model is also ready. Now what I can do, I can get all the products from this model, or I can send all the products to this model. So okay, so let us make one more API, that is app.post. Okay, so what app.post will do, it will send data to the server. Okay, so remember, get will get the data from the server, and post will post the data to the server. So here also we will give the same API slash product. Okay, then comma. Okay, same syntax. One request will be there, one response will be there, fat arrow and curly braces, right? So here now what we need to do here also we will make this API is now asynchronous. Okay. So why I'm making this function asynchronous? Because now we have database connected. Okay. So why I'm making these things asynchronous? I'll understand. I'll make you understand with the help of this diagram. Okay. So we are here on our server, right? And our data is here on the database. So it will take some time to go to the database, then query the database, then get back the data, right? So it will take some time. So that is why I'm making things asynchronous here. Okay, so that is why it will take time that is required and we can successfully fetch the data. So that is why asynchronous is important here. Here also we will make it as asynchronous, right? And now we don't have this products kind of thing, so I'll delete it. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to post our data to the database. So we can create one API, right? And here, let us first check what we are getting in the data. So console.log request. Okay, so let us see what we are getting in the request. Now, for the extension here, you can install one extension that is Thunder Client. Okay, so Thunder Client is a lightweight REST API client for VS Code. That means you can check your APIs here. Means Thunder Client will work as a front end for this server. So we will install this extension. Okay, so you can see this extension is installed. And here I can click on new request. Okay, so I'm making a new request to my server. Here I will give the path. So don't forget the path. It is http colon slash slash localhost colon 3000 port number slash product, right? And you can select the method from here. So we are checking the post method, right? Let us go to the body. Okay, I'll zoom out this console a little bit so that you can see everything clearly. So here is my URL API. Okay, here is the post method. Now inside the body, I can pass some JSON content, right? So here I can make one object, and here what we need to pass, we need one ID for the product, right? And ID is in number, so I can give 101, comma. Then we have title of the product, right? So give the title, it is in strings. Okay, but don't use single quote here. JSON strictly follows double quotes. Okay, so don't forget that. So I will give iPhone 16. Then we have to give the price. Okay, so I'll give the price. Okay, so let us give the price as iPhone 16 ka price. Okay, 1,50,000. Okay, now let us click on send. Okay, so you can see I'm getting something on the console. Okay, you can see path is coming, right? Okay, so this is the whole request object that is coming. So it is coming from here. We have done here, no, console.log request. So it is printing our request, but I don't need request, right? I only need that data that we have given in the request, right? So this is my data. You can see ID, title, price. So where we are giving the data inside this body, right? So inside the body. So you can write request, and inside this request we have body. So let us see, do we get anything inside this body? Server is started, MongoDB is connected. Let us send once again. So you can see now it is telling me undefined. Okay. So we are not getting this data, right? So for getting this data, you need to use one middleware. Okay. So for using that middleware, what you can do, you can write app. Okay. The same app variable in which we have initialized our express. So app.use, we need to use something. So here I can write express, okay, dot, and inside this we have one JSON. Okay, so that I can intercept these JSON objects, okay, from the request. So that is why we need this express.json middleware. Now let us once again let us see. Okay, you can see MongoDB is connected. Now we will send this data. So now you can see successfully that data is coming here. Okay, ID, title, price, phone. Now what we will do, we will just simply send this data to our database. Okay, so here what you can do, you can write product. Okay, here I will await it. Okay, so await product. Product means this model, our MongoDB model. So product dot, we will use a create method. Okay, CREATE, create. And inside this create method, we will write our request dot body. Okay, and here we will pass one message. Okay, so let us write response dot send. And what we will send here, that product added successfully. Okay, give the exclamation mark. Now let us check this API. Okay, that whether our product is getting updated in the database or not. So now I will hit send button. So you can see I'm getting one message, product added successfully. Now go to your database and check. Okay, so I will refresh this database. So this refresh button is here. Okay, so you can see ecom database is created and we have products inside that. And inside the product, I have my first product that I have added just now. Okay, so ID 101, iPhone 16, and 1,50,000. So simply just like this, I can add as many products as I want. Okay, so I can now add iPad also. Okay, so iPad Air. Okay, so what is the price of iPad Air? 90,000. Right, let us send this also. So you can see product added successfully. Okay, now add some more things in your database. So MacBook, okay, Pro. So its price is 1,90,000. Let us send it. So you can see product is added successfully. Now we can give Samsung, okay, S25, right, and its price is 1,60,000. Send it. So you can see product added successfully. Now go back to your database, refresh, and check that all things are updated or not. So you can see now that whole data is coming, right? And now if I want to get this data from the server, so we have this get, right? So inside this get, what you can do, you can make one variable that is const products, right? Const products is equals to, we will call our model, so that is product, and inside this product we will run find function. Okay, so find is another function that is coming from Mongoose. Okay, so if you are curious that, sir, from where this create function is coming, from where this find function is coming, so you can go to Mongoose documentation. Okay, let us click on Mongoose. Okay, so here read the docs. So here you can see. Okay, so inside models. Okay, so this is the way that I have created a schema. Then I have created a model. So everything is there in the documentation. You just need to go and read. Okay, then we have queries. So this is the find function. Okay, then we have create function also. So where is documents and populate documents. Okay, so here you will get that create method. Okay, so you can go and read it here. Okay, so no worries about it. Right, so I will write products.find method and I will also await it. Okay, so things that are taking time, we will just await them simply, and response.send, we will send all our products. Right, now let us go back. Okay, and now if I refresh it, so now you can see that whole data, MongoDB data is coming. Okay, so we are able to successfully get the data and we are able to successfully post the data. Right. So this is how we can create APIs, okay, servers, and connect our servers with the database. Okay, so API will communicate with the server. Server will go to the database will be queried, that data will be fetched to the server, and server will give that data after processing to the API, and API will send it to the front end. Okay, for now our front end is this Thunder client. Okay, so let us write this get method also, send. So you can see I am getting all that data, right? So this is how we can create a server. So you can see only in 33 lines I have successfully create a server, okay, with database connected. All right. So any doubt, guys, up till here? But you didn't changed ID. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that we don't need ID in MongoDB. Okay, so MongoDB automatically assigns one unique ID to each and every data field. Okay, so that ID can be skipped. We don't need IDs. Okay, जय श्री महाकाल. ठीक है. अवेट. सनी हम अवेट इसलिए यूज कर रहे हैं, जो भी चीजें टाइम लेंगी. ओके, अब जैसे मैं यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पर डेटाबेस को क्वेरी कर रहा हूँ. ओके, सो डेटाबेस को क्वेरी करने में टाइम लगेगा हमको. ठीक है, हम सर्वर से पहले डेटाबेस पर जाएंगे, फिर डेटाबेस पर वो क्वेरी होगा क्लाउड पर, फिर वो क्लाउड से यहाँ पर वापस आएगा, तो कुछ ना कुछ टाइम लगेगा, राइट? सो ऐसी चीजें जो टाइम लेती हैं उनके आगे हम अवेट और एसिंक अवेट का यूज करते हैं. Okay, so this is why I am using async and await here. दोनों सेम नहीं है. एसिंक के साथ अवेट को यूज किया जाता है. एसिंक से हम बताते हैं कि भाई ये चीज टाइम लेगी, और क्या टाइम लेगी वो अवेट से बताते हैं. यू मेड बैकएंड सिंपलर सर. थैंक यू अजय. जेएस लर्निंग पर हूं. हाँ, तो कोई इशू नहीं है. ये बहुत ही बेसिक जावास्क्रिप्ट अपन ने लिखी है. अपन ने टिपिकल जावास्क्रिप्ट तो लिखी नहीं है अभी. व्हाट्स डिफरेंस बिटवीन मॉडल एंड स्कीमा? ओके, ये एक अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. सो मॉडल और स्कीमा में क्या डिफरेंस है? अब देखो यहाँ पे. ठीक है, सो सबसे पहले हम स्कीमा बनाते हैं. स्कीमा मतलब हम ब्लूप्रिंट बताएंगे कि भाई आपके जो डेटा फील्ड्स हैं उनमें क्या क्या कंस्ट्रेंट्स होने वाले हैं. ओके, सो यू कैन सी एक आईडी कंस्ट्रेंट होने वाला है जो कि नंबर रहेगा, एक टाइटल होने वाला है जो स्ट्रिंग रहेगा, एक प्राइस होने वाला है जो नंबर रहेगा. ओके, ये ब्लूप्रिंट बताना क्यों जरूरी होता है? ताकि कोई ऐसा डेटा अगर ऐड करने की कोशिश करे, मान लो कोई आईडी में स्ट्रिंग ऐड करने की कोशिश कर रहा है या प्राइस में स्ट्रिंग ऐड करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, सो मॉन्गूस उसको वैलिडेट करेगा कि भाई तुम यहाँ पर नंबर नहीं दे, तुम यहाँ पर स्ट्रिंग नहीं दे सकते हो, यहाँ पर तुम सिर्फ नंबर दे सकते हो. So that is why we are giving schema here, okay, to make strict validations on our data fields, right? और मॉडल हम इसलिए बना रहे हैं ताकि हम उन पर वो ऑपरेशंस कर सकें, जैसे कि फाइंड, ओके, और क्रिएट. सो अगर आप mongoose का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन देखोगे, okay, and if you go to the front page, so you can see it is object modeling for Node.js, right? So as you can see here, on the servers we deal with JSON objects, right? And in our system we only have those simple objects, okay, जो मैंने भी थोड़ी देर पहले बनाए थे, right? So that is why we need these two different things. We need a schema and we need a model. Okay, schema for validating that the data fields matches the constraints or not, and we are creating models so that we can perform CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete on our databases, right? मैं हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में ही बोल रहा हूँ भाई. आई एम यूजिंग बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस. Okay, so I guess yes, it's 7 o'clock. I was not aware it is this much simple. Love from Canada. Thank you, Aditya. Okay, love from India too. Schema is nothing but overall structure. Yes, you can say, Ajay. Okay. Yes. Now let's open up the doubt session. Yes. So fire your doubts, guys. Rapid doubt fire round. Great explanation, sir. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Curious mind. Hmm. ठीक है, अगर आपको कोई फीडबैक देना हो, आप अपना फीडबैक दे सकते हैं। ओके, सो यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम टू गिव योर फीडबैक। ठीक है, आपको कैसा लगा, आपने कुछ यहाँ पर नया सीखा आज। ओके, हाउ वी आर सर्टिफाइड, वन क्विज लिंक विल बी शेयर्ड। आई गेस क्विज लिंक इज ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड, यू कैन गो टू दैट क्विज एंड यू कैन गिव दैट क्विज एंड यू कैन गेट द सर्टिफिकेट। सर नोट तो हो गया, नेक्स्ट कब से स्टार्ट करनी है? मैं समझ नहीं पाया पूनम, ये तुमने क्या बोला है? सर प्लीज प्रोवाइड द कोड। सर हम अपडेट कर सकते हैं, अपडेट कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए एक पुट एपीआई बनानी पड़ेगी, और डिलीट भी कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए एक डिलीट एपीआई बनानी पड़ेगी, जैसा मैंने आपको बोला। ठीक है, जो लोग मुझसे कोड मांग रहे हैं, मैं कोड आपके साथ शेयर कर देता हूँ। ओके, सो आई विल जस्ट शेयर माय कोड। ठीक है, सो कोड शेयर करने का देखो आज आपको बहुत ही सिंपल तरीका बताता हूँ। ठीक है, आपको जाना है कोड शेयर पे। ठीक है, सो कोड शेयर एक बहुत ही मस्त वेबसाइट है, इसमें रियल टाइम में आप कोड शेयर कर सकते हो। सो मैं यहाँ पर बस क्लिक करूंगा शेयर कोड नाउ, और यहाँ पे मैं अपना कोड पेस्ट कर दूंगा, और मैं अपनी MongoDB की जो यूआरएल है उसको यहाँ से हटा दूंगा। ठीक है, आप अपना यूआरएल लगाएंगे यहाँ पे। ठीक है, और बस अब मुझे क्या करना है, इसको करना है शेयर, और ये लिंक को मैं कॉपी करूंगा और आपके चैट बॉक्स पे रख दूंगा, और अब आप इस लिंक पे जाके और इस कोड को ले सकते हैं। ओके सर, कैन वी यूज पाइथन इंस्टेड ऑफ पाइथन? ठीक है, तो हाँ, आप पाइथन यूज कर सकते हो इंस्टेड ऑफ पाइथन। What about file system? If you want to access file system, then you have file streams in Node.js. So what you have to do, you have to go to node documentation. Okay, so you can go to this node documentation, you can go to docs, and here you will get that file system. Okay, so here you can also access your file system of your operating system. I didn't receive the certificate. I guess you didn't pass the exam. In every project, this is majority same, right? Yes, yes, Pooja. Yes, of course. In 99% of projects, you are going to follow the same steps that we have done. Sir, shall we use Python instead of Java? It depends now. Okay. So whether you want to use Python, Java, or Merge stack, okay, it depends on the requirements of your project. Okay, if you want to create something fast, quickly, rapidly, then Python is the best option. If you want to implement real time applications where data is changing in real time, then Merge stack is the best. And if you want to build something enterprise level, that like financial application or banking application, Java Spring Boot is the best. So it depends on your requirement. Okay, what you need to do. ठीक, कुछ लोगों को मिल गया यहाँ पे सर्टिफिकेट, कॉलेज में भी सेम कोड लिखवाया था। ठीक है सनी, कोई बात नहीं। ठीक है, रियल टाइम अपडेट कैसे करें? रियल टाइम अपडेट कैसे करें? वो तो आपके फ्रंट एंड पर होता है रियल टाइम डेटा अपडेट। ठीक है, बैक एंड में रियल टाइम में नहीं होता है। थैंक यू सर। ओके, थैंक यू रोहित। ठीक है, मतलब ऐसे ही लिखा जाता है ज्यादातर। यस सनी, लिंक नहीं आया सर। ठीक है, Kunika, can you once again post this quiz link inside the chat box? Website is not opening. Sir, backend master करने कितना टाइम लगता है? 1-2 साल लग सकते हैं। Not working. ओके, तो आपको लिंक पर जाना है, लिंक पर आपको मिल जाएगा वो सर्टिफिकेट। And what if we have to store images? Okay, if you want to store images, then there are many things. Okay, either you can use Cloudinary. Okay, so Cloudinary is a service where you can save your videos, images, okay, from your backend. So either you can use Cloudinary or you can use S3 buckets. Okay, so it is a service provided by AWS. Okay, And if you don't want Cloudinary and S3 bucket, then there is one more option that is known as okay, I have to search it, images in MongoDB. uh, what is the name of that thing? Just give me a moment. Store images in MongoDB. One package is there. Okay, I'm not remembering the exact name of that package. Upload and retrieve image in MongoDB using Mongoose. Yes, here you will see Express body parser Multer. Yes, this is the package that you are going to use. Multer. So Multer will help you to convert your images into binary data and you can store it on your MongoDB database. रोहन सर ने लिंक नहीं भेजी है सर जी. रोहन भाई जो भी पीछे बैठा है लिंक भेज दो यार क्विज की. क्विज लिंक कुनिका. हाउ टू रन ऑन वीएस कोड. अभी हम पूरा वीएस कोड पर ही काम कर रहे थे. Is MongoDB Compass Studio 3D the same? Yes, you can connect your cloud database with MongoDB also and Compass also. No problem. What about Postgres SQL? It is a kind of platform only where you can use SQL database. I think web is crashed. Web is not crashed. Can I store data free? Yes, MongoDB Atlas is free up to some extent, up to 1200 and 512 MB. So you can see this link is there for the quiz. Okay, I am clicking this link. So many of you are telling that this is not working. So you can see it is perfectly working. I can start the test also. And let us see our test will be started. Okay, so you can see test is started. You can start the quiz, and here you can start this and you can give that quiz, right? Okay, so no problem with the quizzes, right? Any session on React? इससे पहले React पर ही हुआ था session. Okay, okay, guys. So I guess it's time to take a leave. Okay, thanks for being such a nice audience. Okay, hopefully we will meet next time on the same platform. So love you guys and happy coding.